It's January 22nd, 2026. Welcome to yes2hellwith.com. This is a reminder that the SOU for You package on jamesbowersjohnson.com is still available at a 20% discount and will be available at this price for a limited time. This includes the Liberty Dialogues series, a 3-volume set, as well as 3 of my books that address the topics of jurisdiction and taxation. You must have purchased this package in the event you wish to approach me about a challenge that you may be facing. You also must have it for the Statement of Understanding program, which is coming soon. A quick reminder to the Inner Circle and Patriot members of Yes to Hell With that we will have a call this Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now here is a summation of today's video. After the first escalation letter, nothing is argued or denied because escalation is not reactive correspondence, but a tiered process that records unresolved authority while action continues. So the next move depends entirely on what changes in the record. Either the agency responds substantively, it acts against you without curing defects, or pulls in a third party, each of which shifts the process out of correspondence and into evaluation, forum selection, or record transmission. Escalation advances only when the record changes, not because time passes or pressure builds, which is why restraint at this stage is discipline, not weakness. Up to this point, nothing has been argued, nothing has been denied, nothing has been explained. This is not an accident. The first escalation letter does not respond to allegations. It records the agency's failure to answer foundational questions while continuing to act against you. Once that letter is sent, many people make the same mistake. They send another letter. They escalate emotionally. They try to push. That is exactly how structure collapses. Escalation is not reactive. It is tiered. After the first escalation letter, the next step is not more correspondence. The next step depends entirely on what happens next in the record. There are only 3 triggers that matter. First, the agency may finally respond substantially. If the agency answers authority, jurisdiction, and obligation, the discussion changes form. There is now something concrete to test. That does not mean you argue. It means you evaluate whether what was asserted actually establishes authority, jurisdiction, or obligation. That is a different phase. Second, the agency may act again without responding. Assessment, levy, lien, referral, litigation. When action continues without unanswered defects being cured, escalation moves out of correspondence. The next step is forum selection, appeals, inspector general, administrative complaint, or a court with actual jurisdiction. You do not write another letter to the same desk. You carry the locked record to an oversight or adjudicative body. Third, a third party may be pulled in, an employer, a bank, a court clerk, a sheriff. When that happens, you do not argue facts or history. You transmit the record. You show that authority was questioned, jurisdiction was questioned, obligation was questioned, and action proceeded against you anyway. That forces the third party to confront unresolved authority rather than assume it. Here is the governing rule that prevents self-destruction. Escalation does not advance because time passes. It does not advance because you feel ignored. And it does not advance because enforcement feels unfair. Escalation advances only when the record changes. Until one of those 3 triggers occurs, the correct move is restraint. Waiting is not weakness. It is discipline. In the next video, we'll map the full escalation ladder from first escalation to forum shift to endgame so that you can see where this process actually ends and where it never goes. And as always, may truth reign supreme.